Heyo. Oh gosh, I'm supposed to do something different. Hello, mates. You know, sometimes with work, if it's like super hot, I will do this. So I'll just do it. But it looks a little weird in camera. But if you're hot as balls, those of you who know this, and it's so weird. I'll go from here, like that's not how I have it. But I'll go from here on my head. By the way, I got a haircut. I go from here on my head to around my neck towards the end of the day because the sun's gone down, and also it's like super sweaty. So that's what I'll do. Anyways, briefly, so one of my good friends, Jillian, suggested to me to read the Golden Compass series, Golden Compass books. His Dark Materials is technically what it's called. And I was a little wary, frankly, because, okay. But she suggested because she really she read 2 of the 3 books, and she started watching His Dark Materials books in the thing. And she... sorry, His Dark Materials, which I think is on Amazon. Where is it? Adaptation, His Dark Materials. Yeah, no, it's on HBO Max. And it's very new. It's like 2019 to 2023. So I haven't seen the show yet. I've only read 1 and almost the 2nd book. So this is only about the book. And I also haven't seen the first Golden Compass movie. I was just trying to look up how I can watch this. So just for disclosure, the first book, The Golden Compass, also known in parentheses as Northern Lights, frankly, I think Golden Compass is a better name for it, and that's what I heard everyone call it, was written in 95. And I don't think it was like, it kind of passed me by. I did not read it as a kid. I only knew about it because there was the movie with Nicole Kidman and whatnot. But I don't think I saw it, or if I did, I didn't remember it. So, unfortunately, this is really just about the first book. And then I'm going to watch the Golden Compass movie and compare that. And then I'm going to finish reading the 2nd book and the 3rd book. And then I'm going to do a review about that. And then I'm going to watch the show and do a review about the whole show. On top of the other stuff I'm supposed to be doing. And sorry if I sound funky. I am funky. This is my 3rd video in a few seconds. And then on top of that, I'm funky. Funky! Funky? I don't know. Alright. So, for those of you who don't know, Golden Compass is effectively, it's set in Britain, in Oxford, in this, like, I guess you could call it like a parallel universe. They have technological advancements, but they're not industrialized. So it almost feels as if it's like Britain set post-World War One or pre-World War One, like in that kind of realm. And it's in a fantasy world, but it's very much set in Britain. And I listened to the audiobook with the accents and all, and it was very enjoyable. And you're following this little girl as she kind of like adorably stumbles through this thing. And one thing I have to say from the outset is that I just love this character, and I can't wait to have a baby girl and have her read this book or read this book with her, because I love the vitality of Lyra and how she gets things done and how she thinks there's problems. And it's frankly a characteristic that I wish more kids had, more people had, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's applaudable. I think it's something that you should wish on your kids. And I say my daughter only because the main character is a female, but that being said, I fully expect to read this with my kid, my son, who's coming, and have him hopefully glean some valuable tools from that, because that's in a small way, how I gleaned my general curiosity about things is through books. Because I think there's tremendous value in reading a book and being curious and questioning things and seeing characters who condone that and are rewarded for asking questions. I think that's terrific. I think if more people, more kids ask questions. Now, also note, in this world, because it's a fantasy world, what's super fascinating is each human is accompanied by what they call a demon, and effectively the demon is represented as an animal that is your constant companion. It can only go a certain distance away from you, and it's constantly there. And for children, before they get to adolescence, they're an ever-changing thing. So they can change based on how they're feeling, what they think is appropriate for their human, or what have you. They change from everything from a moth to whatever. They can change. Now, one thing that I find interesting is that the author does not go into specifics as to does the demon need to have seen another animal to therefore create that, or can it just create it? Like, does it have a Rolodex of like all the animals, or is it limited based on the animals that it's seen? As far as I could tell, there was no explanation in the books, which is not the end of the world. If you've read J.K. Rowling stuff, there's a laundry list of those moments. Harry Potter books where you're like, I don't know how this flies, but okay. So understand, this is a kid's book intended for kids, to be read by kids. I don't think it was as wildly successful as Harry Potter, not by a long stretch. But I will say there is some terrific moments throughout this first book that are really, really awesome and should be evaluated and looked at, and something that you would want your kid to read. In general, do I think it's the best book ever? No. I read it once. I'm not going to read it again other than with my child. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was good, not great. I think the Harry Potter books are better. Do I think they're great? No. But I'm also an adult, so it's like my parameters have changed. So it's like, if I read it as a kid, would I have been okay with it? I don't know. I didn't make a YouTube channel as a kid. I don't know. But simply put, I suggest if you have a kid to listen to the book, because it's very fun. Audiobooks are wonderful to listen to. Check out Libby, or there's other free audiobooks, or Audible, and just listen to it. Because what else are you going to listen to? Baby Shark? You can only listen to Baby Shark so many times. But at least if you're listening to an audiobook, when you pick them up and you're going to school and taking away from school, you have something that you can jointly listen to. Yeah, that's what I suggest. It's good. It's not great, but it is good. So there you go. Love you all. Pieman out.